Rebecca needs this paperwork done by Monday. After you. Yes, Rebecca needs this paperwork done by Monday, and if I don't see this on my desk by Tuesday morning, you're out of here. Kid, I need this. The last time I'm going to give you the same paper, and if you do it again, I'm going to fire you on the spot. Do you have any questions?
I don't work here.
Get out of here! This is week number 5 of the weekly wrap. Hi guys, welcome back to episode number 5 of the weekly wrap. My name is Ben, as always your host. I'm almost cool, and let's start with the news. In movie news, the Yellow Ranger for the Power Rangers movie coming out in 2017 has been cast. Becky Gomez will play the Ranger, and she was formerly in some episodes of the TV show Empire. She'll be joining Darcy Montgomery from Bertrand the Terrible, who's playing the Red Ranger, Naomi Scott, who's playing the Pink Ranger, she was in The Martian, Ludi Lin from Marco Polo, who will be the Black Ranger, and RJ Seiler from Mean Girl and the Dying Girl, who will be the Blue Ranger. The movie will be directed by Dean Israelite, who directed Project Almanac. It will come out sometime in 2017. In TV news, the first full trailer for Jessica Jones has finally been released. It shows Kristen Ritter as Jessica Jones and a little bit of David Tennant as the Purple Man. Now, the Purple Man is a villain that looks extremely dark and can control people's minds, whereas Jessica Jones is extremely strong and vulnerable. It'll be interesting to see how the two interact, and you can check out a clip here to see more about it.
Yes? You'd like to invite me in? Absolutely.
Kilgrave leaves a trail of broken people behind him.
He made me jump for hours as high as I could. He said I was never as good as you.
He's back. He's coming for me.
Let's start now.
No!
Jessica, I'm the only one who matches you. But we're inevitable.
Oh my God.
God didn't do this. The devil did. And I'm gonna find him.
Come on, Jessica.
I am the star.
Don't play the hero with me.
I am the star. So wait.
Whew, that looks amazing. I'm so excited. In music news, Taylor Swift and Idina Menzel joined forces this weekend to shake it off and let it go on stage at the last run of the 1989 tour. Idina Menzel donned her wardrobe from the movie Frozen, and Taylor Swift dressed as a wonderful Olaf as they sang the song Let It Go together. It was a fun time for all the fans involved, and you can check out the clip here. It's a lot of fun. Let it go, that song's copyrighted. In pop culture news, Quentin Tarantino, famous director of such movies as Pulp Fiction and Django Unchained, has come under fire for some unsavory comments he made at a protest rally in New York City for police brutality. He said, "I'm a human being with a conscience. When I see murder, I cannot stand by. I have to call the murdered the murdered and the murderers the murderers." In response, New York and LA police officers have come out in protest of his new film, The Hateful Eight, and his father has also joined them as well. Check out more in the story as it unfolds to see what happens in the future. In video game news, the launch trailer for Battlefront 3 has finally released. Fans have been long awaiting this game's arrival, and shortly after we got the beta, we have now gotten this full trailer. It looks incredible, there are many characters I'm looking forward to playing, and I want to shoot Darth Vader in the face. Take a look here.
Your victory will be short-lived.
Now it's my turn.
All wings, blast them into submission.
Your pathetic rebellion ends here.
Pew 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 pew. Yeah. I recently got to see the movie Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is Steve Jobs biopic directed by Danny Boyle and written by Aaron Sorkin. The movie takes place over 3 different product launches for Steve Jobs, involving the Macintosh in 1984, the Next in 1988, and finally the iMac in 1998. It's a wonderful look at the life of Steve Jobs and these 3 critical points of his life, and you can check out the trailer here.
At 9:41, the planet's gonna shift on its axis 9 forever. 2 most significant events of the 20th century. The Allies win the war, and this.
You can't write code. You are not an engineer. What do you do?
The musicians play the instruments. I play the orchestra. I sat in a garage and invented the future. Because artists lead and hacks ask for a show of hands.
I love that you don't care how much money a person makes. You care what they make. But what you make isn't supposed to be the best part of you.
You're the only one who sees the world the same way I do.
No one sees the world the same way you do.
Was a very fun movie. Now, talking about the cast, I have to mention Michael Fassbender. He controls every scene he's in, and he has a great way of being a total jerk when he has to be, which is really how his character is portrayed in this movie. Also, I have to say that his accent is on par. He's not really an American, so having a very good American accent I think is very important. And also, every word that he says has so much passion behind it, but he is just as good of an actor when he's not saying anything as when he's saying a lot. And with an Aaron Sorkin written film, he does say a lot. I really love Kate Winslet as Joanna Hoffman in this movie. Now, her Polish accent was phenomenal, and it kept going through the entire film without any slip-ups or anything. And I also loved her especially because she was a great emotional contrast to Michael Fassbender's Steve Jobs. Whenever he's extremely arrogant, she's extremely compassionate, and she keeps everything grounded. Seth Rogen is a surprise in this movie. He plays Steve Wozniak and is a great heart center to this film. Now, Seth Rogen hasn't been the best actor as of late, mainly starring in goofy comedies throughout his career, but this shows the first forte into serious acting, and I'm very curious to see where he'll go in the future. Now, I love Jeff Daniels in this movie as well. He starts off more as a kind father figure towards Michael Fassbender. He becomes more of an antagonist as the movie goes on, and he becomes more redeemable in the end. He's not so much an antagonist in the end as he is just an opposing force where he needs to be, which is kind of what he was in The Martian as well. Nonetheless, I loved his transformation. I thought he did a great job in this movie. Now, the director for this movie was Danny Boyle. Danny Boyle is notable for such films such as Slumdog Millionaire, 28 Days Later, and 127 Hours. He has a great visual style which works well with the fast-paced writing style of Aaron Sorkin. Aaron Sorkin you may know from movies such as Moneyball and The Social Network, as well as the hit TV show The West Wing. Now, I love Aaron Sorkin's fast-paced narrative and dialogue mixed along with Danny Boyle's really visual directing. The two have a great harmony, and I'd love to see them work again in the future together. Now, this movie has some good reviews overall. It has a 7.7 on IMDb, an 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, and an 81 on Metacritic. I would rate it a bit higher personally and say it's about a 9.0 on my scale. I thought it was superb all around. The acting is phenomenal, the directing is spot on, and the writing is fast-paced and witty as Aaron Sorkin has ever been. I also want to mention that the filming style was very interesting. When you begin with Macintosh in 1984, it's a very grainy film style, much like you would have in that time period. But as the time goes on, the film becomes more clear as well as the story. I think it's a great artistic choice, and I'd love to see Danny Boyle do something like that again. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed the latest episode of The Weekly Wrap. If you'd like to check out some of our other videos, well those linked down below, and you can see my reviews on The Martian, Crimson Peak, The Walk, and some other fun stuff. You guys tune in next week. We're going to be talking about Spectre, which I'm super excited to see, the next Bond film, and it's going to be a blast. If you guys like hearing my voice, like listening to me talk, check out my podcast at Cluster Cuss, which is linked down below. And like us on Facebook, Twitter, and all that fun stuff. Also going to be down at the doobly-doo. Anyway, I'm as always Ben, and I hope you've had a great time. See you next week on The Weekly Wrap. This is really the dream that I think Steve Jobs had. Take out the competition. Like Steve Jobs would. Haha, Marty. Can't get much better than that.